and Chairman of the Police Council, Dr. MOHAMED the Minister of Internal Affairs, the Cabinet Ministers present, members of the Police Council, distinguished members of the security sector, members of the EMB retired senior police officers, the newly promoted senior police officers and families, members of the 4th and the 5th estates, my beautiful wife, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. Let me start by formally welcoming you all.
The Inspector General of Police, Dr. Ambrose Michael Sovula, has urged the newly promoted senior police officers within the ranks and files of the Sierra Leone Police to execute professionalism in the course of their duties. He said, "Professionalism is a bedrock of policing," adding that the management of the SLP and Police Council has been battling for decades to reintroduce some of the ranks that existed some years ago. IGP added that when the leadership of an organization changes, people expect a lot of things to change within that organization.
Don't say it's not possible. You try it. You can go and bang and come and go. Like Ambrose said, avoid the reaction until you cross. When the leadership of an organization changes, you expect a lot of things to change. Being part of the senior management team before my appointment to the office of IGP gives me the opportunity of a thorough understanding of the management challenges that we face as a modern police organization, which are both internal and external. Honorable Vice President, distinguished guests, let me remind you that the post-war restructuring of the Sierra Leone Police affected many aspects of the organization, including the ranking system, as some of the ranks were disestablished, which also affected the salary grades and scales of personnel and officers. Consequently, they negatively impacted on remuneration, thus undermining the general morale of personnel. Moreover, the increase in organizational strength over time, coupled with the isolated promotion scheme for university graduates and hard-working officers, continue to strain the already congested senior cadre, particularly between the rank of Assistant Superintendent of Police and Assistant Inspector General of Police. Unfortunately, the SLP has...
In his keynote address, the Vice President of the Republic of Sierra Leone, Dr. Mohamed Jallow, thanks the IGP and the Police Management Board for organizing a very memorable event, stating that in the last 3 years, the new direction government has improved the conditions of service of police officers.
Given our overwhelming commitment to improve policing and police activities in this country. You will agree with me, in the last 3 years, the new direction government have improved the conditions of service in the police force. We have instituted an annual 25% increase in salary, so that by 2023, we will have rounded up a 100% increase in salary of police officers in this country.
Having served for over 30 years in the police force without getting promoted to senior rank, the newly promoted Assistant Commissioner of Police, who is the head of media of the SLP, Brahma Kamara, expressed appreciation to the Almighty God and gratitude to the IGP for promoting him to such rank. He explains to Beyond Borders the importance of reintroduction of some of these ranks.
Sometimes people think I just came to the police yesterday. I've served the police for around 8 years.
Wow.
This is the very first job. This is my very first job, and this is the only job I've done in the world. Since I left school, 1 month after school, you know, when you are 18, you finish your schooling, and 1 month after, I became a policeman. So I came to the police ordinarily as somebody coming from school. But I've been able to develop myself academically in terms of experience and my performance as far as the feedback I'm getting from people. It has been appreciated by people. So this is a dream come true, because if you are the spokesperson for the police, you have to be at par with order. You know, so there is no longer something like stagnation. Say for example, chief superintendent. A number of chief superintendents were promoted to AIG, commissioner, and assistant commissioner. There are more than 20. So which means we've created space for chief superintendent. So those guys who are now superintendents, they are going to move. Because if you have created space for 20, so it means you're going to promote 20 people. And then take also the case of superintendent. Someone promoted to assistant commissioner, which is double promotion. Understand? Because you have to fill that gap. So you are creating more space. Whilst you are promoting people from superintendent to chief superintendent, the promotion coming, plus the others already promoted to a higher rank. So it means we've created space within that scale, and more people are going to be promoted from assistant superintendent of police to superintendent. And quite apart from that, also in between the assistant superintendent and superintendent, they've created another rank, deputy superintendent. So for that one alone, more people are going to be promoted to deputy superintendent, and then there's also going to be space for superintendent. So you are more or less losing half the space. So that is the thing that has worked for us. And then that man is going to make it possible for promotions to be done either every year or every 2 years. Which means if you are qualified for promotion, even if they are 20, they will promote them. Even if they are 30, they will promote them. And then the following year, instead of accumulating everything. So what has been happening, we do a lot of accumulation. And sometimes, those who will have been promoted most recently, as per the promotion policy, every 2 years, you are now.
The commandant of the Sierra Leone Peacekeeping and Law Enforcement Academy, Assistant Commissioner of Police Aliu Jallo, had this to say.
As a recruit in the police training school, and I have worked in various departments, including but not limited to the Operations Support Division, because just after my training at the police training school, I moved to the OSD where I trained and also. Then I moved to the Operation and Contingency Planning Department, then to the CID where I spent a lot of time. But I also did rounds that I covered areas like traffic. I've been the district traffic officer for Kisi, and I've been crime officer for all the division in the western area, including Lungu Airport. Now I am serving the police academy at Hastings campus. Now I've been at the police training camp now for over 4 years, and I served there as an ordinary lecturer, later to the exams officer, and then to the chief trainer, which is head of academic affairs, and then to the deputy commandant. And thankfully, I am now the commandant of the Sierra Leone Peacekeeping and Law Enforcement Academy. And it is because of hard work and those experiences that I've mentioned, I've now moved on from the rank of superintendent to assistant commissioner of police.
Reporting for Beyond Borders Online Network Television, I am Mohamed Amara GANDO.